If you want to save money and live frugally, stick around for 7 frugal living tips that'll help you save money. You can do this. Come on, let's go. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Let's talk about these 7 tips. Number 1, stop, or at least slow down and think about your life. A lot of times when we come to frugal living or we want to save money, we feel anxious, we feel frantic, we feel in a rush, we're not sure what's happening with our lives, and we want to get control of it really fast. And we act out of anxiety, we act out of panic, we act out of what other people have told us we should do with our lives. And I'm suggesting to you that instead we stop or slow down as much as possible and really think about our lives. Think about your life right now. Where are you geographically? Where are you in your work? Where are you in your family? Where are you in your finances? What is going on? What is your whole environment? Take time. This is not something that you can just do necessarily while you're sitting here watching this video. So I would encourage you to block out some time where you can just sit, stare at a wall. You don't have to write anything down. You don't have to be on your phone. You don't have to be doing anything else. Just think, what is my life right now? This isn't a self-judgment, and this isn't trying to artificially inflate how wonderful everything is either. It's just a realistic assessment of what is going on in your life. Until you understand from inside of you, from your own mindset, from your own perspective, what is actually happening in your life, it's not going to be easy to take action toward frugal living or toward saving money that's going to be sustainable. And I wish somebody had told me this when I was getting started on my frugal living journey. I remember being very frantic and not understanding what to do and reaching out for all sorts of information and all sorts of small tips for things to do. And I wish that somebody had said, hang on, just stop, take some time, and really think about where you are in life, what's actually happening in your life, where are you right now? So take some time and do that. Number 2 is all about your values. When you're thinking about your life, in number 1, you are naturally going to think about what's important to you. And this is where we talk about our values. What matters most to you? And let me give you a couple of examples. Most of us have a value that we place on our health, something that is important to us, either to stay healthy, to become more healthy, to manage health concerns appropriately. That's one example of a place where you have values. You probably also have values in terms of your relationship to your community, whether that be family, friends, loved ones, work colleagues, the community where you live that you want to share with. You probably have values about how to be a person in this community. And you probably have some values about sustainability, how to sustain the good things in your life, how to contribute to the good things that are going on in the world so that they too can be sustained. You probably had 1 or 2 important values, things that are important to you, just pop into your mind. And often what we value the most is also the most difficult to identify because it's so much a part of who we are, so much a part of how we think about ourselves and our lives that we don't really specify it. And I'm asking you to do that. Identify what's important. Now, it may seem that these are not traditional frugal living tips. These are more about life design. But you're here because you want to live frugally. You're here because you want to save money. This is something that's important in your life right now. It's something that has value to you. And so you need to identify that, specify it. Say, I want to live frugally. I want to save money. I want to be healthy. I want to have a good life in my community. Whatever your value is, specify it. And this is where you can start to write things down. And then we go on to number 3. And in number 3, we talk about priorities. I'm going to assume that 2 of those priorities are living frugally and saving money. And identify them, own them, celebrate them. And to use some other examples, if you had as a value maintaining your health, this is where you place a priority on a certain kind of fitness or a certain kind of eating plan. If you have a particular value around your community, this is where you set priorities around helping others, around sharing, around caring. Activities that will take you there. If you have values around sustainability, this is where you think about how can I live in such a way that I keep my life, my family's life, my community's life, and planet Earth going sustainably. Priorities is where you think not just about your life globally and not even just about the important values to you. What kinds of things are you really reaching toward in your life and through your values? Speaking of which, if you're getting value out of this video so far, would you give it a like and consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you'll get notified first of new videos. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4 is about envisioning your life where you would like it to be. You are here because you love frugal living, you love to save money, or you're desperate for frugal living and you're desperate to save money. Well, take some time to think about what would your frugal living life actually look like? What would your money-saving life actually look like? Where would you live? How would you live? What would it feel like? What would you do with your money? How much money would you have? How would you live with the values that you have? How would you achieve the priorities that you have? What would that life look like? And it's not a static thing. Usually, as soon as you start envisioning your life, you start getting ideas for more things that you could try, and that's okay. There's never a time where we can say, aha, I have arrived on my frugal living journey. Aha, I have arrived on my saving money journey. No, everything is always changing. Every day is new, and every day is a day to learn more and to envision more. So I would like to ask you to envision regularly and change that vision so that you keep opening up new possibilities for your frugal money-saving life. Number 5, identify problem areas. Problem areas are often the things that bring you to search for YouTube or other articles on frugal living. What am I doing? I can't get this right. You probably know some of your problem areas. What are your problem areas? Tell me down below in the comments if you don't mind sharing. What do you struggle with in frugal living? I'll tell you what I struggle with. I struggle with mindless spending. And this is something that I struggle with since I can remember. It will be a lifelong struggle. It's always something that I identify as a problem. I tend to spend too much when it's late at night. I tend to spend too much when I'm tired generally. I tend to spend too much if I don't keep really good track of my budget. If you are a mindless spender like me, I would highly recommend that you try my link down below for You Need a Budget. I have some videos about it up above here because it may help you get control of your mindless spending. Your problem areas may be totally different than mine, and mindless spending may be something that you don't have a problem with, but there's probably something that's bugging you that you wish you could fix. Go ahead and write it down. Again, this is not about self-judgment. It's not about being mean to yourself. It's just about identifying the challenges that you have to overcome, the trails that you have to hike, the mountains that you have to climb in order to live frugally. Number 6, come up with frugal solutions to your problems. You know, when I first started my frugal living journey, I was very tempted by things that I could buy that would make my life simpler and more frugal. And you know, it is possible to spend some money in order to save money. I get that. I would consider that almost like an investment. But in the very beginning of my frugal living journey, I was so attuned to looking for a shopping solution for everything that I honestly thought I could find a shopping solution that would make me more frugal. And what I'm suggesting to you is that most of the things that we need to do to become more frugal don't involve buying anything. They might involve things like cleaning and decluttering your house so that you can find stuff so that you know that you have it and you don't have to buy it. And that's very comforting. In fact, I have a video on decluttering I'll link up above that I'd love to have you go and watch because it talks to you about how to get started. I have had so many people on that video and elsewhere tell me that when they went through their house and decluttered, they found things that they thought they were going to have to buy, and they discovered frugal solutions to problems that they had in their home just by decluttering and by cleaning up a little bit. And I recommend that process for just about everybody, myself included. And then going back to our earlier examples, if you make a priority of health and your value is on good health and you really want to work on fitness, there are frugal ways to do that through watching YouTube videos, going walking with friends and family, and taking care of your health needs without even spending money. Or if you decide that you need to spend some money getting a personal trainer, for instance, which can be a really great investment in your health, looking at other places in your life that you can cut back so that you have money to do that. Find solutions that matter to you, but that don't involve taking so much money out of your pocket without you giving it a thought beforehand. One of the best solutions to any problem in frugal living, one of the best ways to reach any goal that you have, is to think first before you spend any money. This can be a challenge, and if you're looking for some specific ways to try out all of your frugal ideas, I have a really long playlist called Frugal Living. I'd love it if you'd go back and just watch all of those videos and you'll get so many common, everyday, practical tips that you may or may not have thought of. And make sure to read the comments because there's so many more down there, and you'll get so much encouragement and so much support. Number 7 is don't put the cart before the horse. This is a saying in American English, and I don't know if anybody uses it around the world, but if you can picture an old-fashioned horse and cart, if you put the cart before the horse, you're not going anywhere. I want you to picture that image of a horse and a cart, because the horse is like your vision for your life, your values, your priorities, your identification of your problem areas, your solutions that you come up with. And then your cart is all of the actions that come after what's most important in your life. You want to keep focusing on what's important in order to sustain all of the activities of frugal living, all of the activities of money saving that matter so much to you. So take a deep breath, take your time, and you can do this. My bonus for you today is a very special thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions of people get together in communities around thousands of classes to learn how to be more creative, to be more purposeful, to have a more meaningful life. As a lifelong educator myself, I'm always looking for new ways to learn things. And recently, because I can't ever make up my mind, I've been toggling back and forth between 3 classes. One is all about how to organize my online digital life, which is super helpful for me. And one of the biggest takeaways that I got from this particular class, which was very short, I watched it in less than 15 minutes, was how to set up specific kinds of folders on my desktop so that I could work more efficiently. You would think that after being on computers since before Windows 95 that I would have figured this out. But this little 15-minute class just jump-started my whole productive life. I also have been watching a class on how to take cinematic B-roll shots. I've also taken a really fun class on how to do artwork-related journaling, something I have never tried and that I think would be lots of fun. If you're looking for an online learning community like Skillshare, I hope that you'll join me there. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link down below will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. Wherever you are on your frugal living journey, take the next step, whatever that next step is for you, and know that you are not alone, and I am so proud of you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.